If you want the shots, I'll take the staff job. Double the money.
Number 20, some kind of Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad.
Remember, I'm watching.
I see everything.
The 2016 version of this movie has a lot of unpopular moments, and one of the most nauseating comes from this scene. As Deadshot and the rest of Task Force X are debriefed about objectives, Amanda Waller lets them know how dangerous being on the team is. Deadshot then responds with a line that sounds extremely forced.
So that's it? What, we some kind of Suicide Squad?
Hey everyone, look, they said the name of the movie we're watching. It's like all of those "You Are the American Psycho" memes, except that this equivalent actually somehow made it into the final cut. To no one's surprise, it became a pretty popular target of internet mockery.
I'll notify your next of kin.
Number 19, Jane's catchphrase, Thor, Love and Thunder.
They're in the Shadow Realm.
How'd you know?
The atmosphere there has a darkness like no other.
While Jane Foster becomes the mighty Thor during Love and Thunder, unfortunately not all her one-liners are as mighty as she is. When attempting to get the drop on Gore the God Butcher, Jane tests out a catchphrase involving colors and rainbows that doesn't exactly land.
Well then, if it's color we need, let's bring the rainbow.
Since Thor and Valkyrie mentioned the catchphrase is bad, we know the cringe is intentional, but that doesn't really make it any better. The MCU's over-reliance on forcing humor into everything makes this scene, and the whole movie, arguably one of fans' least favorites. Maybe focus less on making purposely bad catchphrases and more on fighting the guy who kills gods. Just a suggestion.
Bring the rainbow. Is that a catchphrase or something?
She's only been a Thor for a minute.
Number 18, Peter gets ordered to take off his clothes. Spider-Man, Far From Home.
Take off your clothes.
Okay.
At some point in this movie, a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent called the Seamstress convenes with Peter in Europe to deliver a special stealth suit for him to use. When she hands it over, she orders him to put it on while she's still in the room watching him. Was this incredibly inappropriate scene really necessary? It's played for laughs, but there's seriously nothing to laugh about here.
Now, hurry up.
Weird.
This is a grown woman telling a teenager to do something they're definitely not comfortable with. It's not just cringe-inducing, it makes us feel like we're about to witness a felony.
Sorry? I thought this was the bathroom.
This is not what it looks like.
Number 17, Steve kisses Sharon, Captain America, Civil War.
They're gonna come looking for you.
I know.
Thank you, Sharon.
The relationship between Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter was a romance tragically lost to time. We expect that Steve would eventually move on from his World War II era love, and he kinda did move on. But making out with Peggy's niece Sharon Carter? Given that he had a thing for her great aunt, the dynamic is a bit creepy, and it doesn't help that they kissed shortly after Peggy's funeral. If you ask us, that's kind of rushing things. Though Steve and Sharon's romance is technically canon in the comics, you can't deny that this is an odd pairing.
You know, he kind of tried to kill me.
Sorry. I'll put it on the list.
Number 16, putting a baby into a microwave, The Flash.
You hear that? That's my stomach.
If you think this sounds completely bonkers, trust us, it is. In this scene, the Flash tries saving several newborns from falling to their deaths following the collapse of a Gotham City hospital. The final Destination X catastrophe could have gone terribly, but Flash manages to rescue everyone, including by sticking one of the babies into a microwave. Sure, it's a neat scene that shows off Flash's inventive problem-solving skills, but he also puts a baby into a microwave. They could have easily written another less controversial way to save the infant. So it's incredibly bizarre that this is what they went with. Number 15, Boxing the Blob, X-Men Origins Wolverine. There's plenty to cringe over with this movie, but this scene in particular is worth highlighting.
Did you just call me Blob?
When trying to get information from Fred Dukes on where Victor Creed is, Logan calls the abnormally large mutant Bub. Though it's a common name Logan gives people, Fred thinks he's calling him Blob and rages out. Logan trying to box Kevin Durant in a fat suit for roughly 2 minutes is sort of entertaining, but it's not really what we were expecting in a Wolverine origin story.
It ain't him I'm worried about getting out of here on a stretcher. You're an ass.
Come on, Logan.
Did we also mention that Will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas is coaching them through the fight? This whole thing feels like a fever dream.
Now, where's Victor?
Number 14, they executed her? Aquaman.
Your mother loved you more than anything in the world, but she had to return to Atlantis to keep you safe.
When a teenage Arthur Curry learns that his mother is thought to be dead, he takes the news pretty hard. Well, we know that's what actor Kekoa Kekumano was probably going for. Unfortunately, his acting during this brief scene is infamous for its terrible line delivery and comical facial expressions.
Are you saying they executed her?
What could have been an emotional moment instead became something that would have felt at home in some of the worst CW shows. Not even a veteran like William Dafoe could carry this scene. We know we shouldn't be laughing, but the way this turned out, it's hard not to.
Because she had me?
Number 13, Milo's dance sequence, Morbius. We too have been known to break into a dance number while getting ready for a night out on the town. Okay, not really. This weirdly choreographed scene and brief moments from Milo morbing out are incredibly strange. But if that weren't enough, the song they went with just added an extra layer of complete absurdity. Hearing inspired lyrics like "half sex play over" and "over" as Milo gyrates around in his new vampire body is definitely something. Not surprisingly, this scene got incredibly memed on. We have to imagine Matt Smith regretted his decision to star in this. Number 12, it's fantastic. Fantastic Four. This massive flop was anything but fantastic.
Say that again?
At the end of the film, Reed decides they need an official team name. While brainstorming some terrible ideas, he and the Thing reflect on everything that's happened in their journey, and the Thing gives an eye-rolling response. If this doesn't feel like a shoehorned moment, then we don't know what does.
Gotta say, it's fantastic.
Putting it lightly, it's a pretty lackluster way for Marvel's first family to earn their iconic name. The only thing fantastic about this scene is the fact that it's become a punching bag for the internet.
It's fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Number 11, Kal-El No, Justice League.
Please don't make me do this.
After resurrecting Superman, our heroes learn that bringing him back from the dead doesn't come without side effects. As tensions between the disoriented Man of Steel and the fledgling Justice League flare up, Wonder Woman warns him against fighting. But Gal Gadot's awful line delivery makes this scene one to remember for all the wrong reasons.
Kal-El, no!
Yes, it's an incredibly short moment, but it's so bad that it can't pass unnoticed. What makes it more unintentionally hilarious is that this version of Wonder Woman and Superman barely ever interacted one-on-one. So calling him by his Kryptonian birth name probably wouldn't have done much anyway. It may only be one line, but it's one we all wish to forget.
He's back.
Number 10, Nick Cage loses it. Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance.
John! You killed the character.
It's a film about a pyrotechnic skeleton that rides around on a motorcycle, and yet Nicolas Cage still finds a way to be the weirdest thing in it. In this particular scene, Cage's Johnny Blaze pins a guy up against a wall and tries to make him talk.
You're a bad man. And this thing, the writer, he feeds on vermin and he's hungry.
What follows is one of the most over-the-top performances in the history of Nick Cage overacting, which is saying something, as he struggles to contain his mad shaking and the sheer volume of his voice. For some, it's Cage at his absolute best, but for the rest of us, it's the standout scene in one of Marvel's most embarrassing movies.
Scraping at the door! Scraping at the door!
Number 9, the seduction scene, Howard the Duck.
I've got to get back to my own kind. Although...
You can't think of the Howard the Duck movie without physically cringing. And this scene, which features Leah Thompson actually coming on to Howard, is one of the biggest reasons why. When Howard reciprocates the gesture as the pair gets under the covers to watch David Letterman, Thompson's character seems confused, despite the fact that she tempted him into the bed in the first place. It's a scene made up of cheesy performances, embarrassing dialogue, and strange character choices.
Let's just face it. It's fake.
No, it's not. I've got a headache.
And I got the aspirin.
And it tries to be way too serious for a film about a talking, cigar-smoking duck.
This relationship, it defies all the laws of nature.
No, it doesn't.
Number 8, the bar scene, Suicide Squad.
Casey, it's the end of the world. Have a drink with us.
Ironically, the bar scene was one of the highlights in the previews for Suicide Squad, which got us all excited for this DC flick. Unfortunately, the film's theatrical release botched some of the best moments in the trailers. The theatrical version notably cuts out Harley Quinn taking drink orders from the rest of the crew, including her suggestion of El Diablo's water order as a good idea, honey. Instead, we're forced to sit through more forced exposition and backstory.
How about you, hot stuff?
Water.
That's a good idea, honey.
This scene not only lacks any fun or imagination, it also feels like a pointless detour that comes out of nowhere. Suicide Squad is often described as a mess, and this unfocused, not to mention uncomfortable scene perfectly demonstrates why.
What'd you think was gonna happen, huh?
Number 7, I Am the Law, Judge Dredd.
Holy crud, he's a sitting duck out there.
He knows what he's doing.
Sylvester Stallone delivers Judge Dredd's catchphrase multiple times throughout this movie, and each time it's met with a chorus of disapproving sighs from fans of the Dredd comic books. However, his first I Am the Law speech is by far the most cringe-inducing.
I am the law!
Stallone steps off his motorcycle during a siege and yells the famous quote completely inaudibly and without context. In fact, he seems to stop to draw breath in the middle of every sentence, and what's supposed to be an impressive speech instead has you leaning closer to the screen in a struggle to make out the words.
These bloods are under arrest! This is a final order!
Number 6, the Martha Fiasco, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
You were never a god.
Batman v Superman pulled off a disappointing performance both critically and financially, but its most embarrassing moment comes at the end of the titular fight, when the Dark Knight stands over the defeated Man of Steel holding a kryptonite spear. Despite his earlier attempts to reason with him, Superman's desperate cry of "Save Martha" is what causes Batman to lower the spear.
Find him! Save Martha!
So let's get this straight. After nearly killing each other, these two rivals immediately become best buds simply because their mothers share the same name? It only took 2 movies for the DC Extended Universe to jump the shark.
It's his mother's name.
Number 5, throwing the S, Superman 2.
So morbid. A sentimental replica of a planet long since vanished.
This is considered one of the best Superman movies, as Clark's battle with General Zod leads to a dramatic showdown in the Fortress of Solitude.
I expect better manners from my guests, Zod.
The build-up to the fight has you on a knife edge, but the movie immediately takes you out of it, as Superman draws a sheet of plastic from the emblem on his chest. As if that weren't cringeworthy enough already, he then proceeds to throw it over one of Zod's charging minions, enveloping him in plastic and leaving him almost as stunned as we are. We're pretty sure that specific move didn't come from the comics. At least we hope it didn't. Number 4, the playground scene, Daredevil.
I don't like being followed, so don't.
Daredevil and Elektra's playground sparring match is wrong on so many levels. The choreography is cheesy before the fight even starts, as the pair throws their jacket aside at exactly the same time. Oh brother. Matt then performs a throw and catch maneuver with his cane that even a man with perfect vision could never pull off. Speaking of which, why doesn't anyone care that this woman is fighting a blind man?
You're holding back.
Yes.
Don't.
A bunch of kids even cheer on the fight as Matt gets knocked down. Instead of cheering, they should be laughing at the obvious wire work and the slowed down seesaw choreography.
My name's Electra Nachios.
Thanks. That's all I wanted to know.
Number 3, the Bat credit card, Batman and Robin.
I bet $50,000 for Poison Ivy.
We'll give this movie credit where credit is due. It is remarkable how many things it got so wrong in this one brief scene. The fact that Batman and his sidekick are locked in a bidding war for Poison Ivy's affection is already twisted, as is the idea that George Clooney's Dark Knight bids as high as $7 million. What really puts the icing on the cringe cake, however, is when Batman pulls a Bat credit card from his utility belt, accompanied by a classic cha-ching.
$7 million.
This scene alone nearly killed the Batman franchise, not to mention the superhero genre in general.
You two boys aren't gonna start fighting over little old me now, are you?
Number 2, emo Peter Parker, Spider-Man 3.
You got any more nuts?
I have some nuts. I could make some.
Go make me some.
It clearly wasn't enough that Sam Raimi's third Spider-Man movie was already cluttered with too many villains. The director just had to add in a couple of unwatchable dance sequences for good measure. You'd think being possessed by a symbiote might turn Peter Parker evil. Instead, he turns into a below-average dancer strutting through the streets of Manhattan without a care in the world. The last straw is the infamous jazz club scene, where the new and definitely not improved Peter shows off his moves to Gwen Stacy. And we're pretty sure even she was cringing on the inside.
Thanks.
Number 1, the basketball scene, Catwoman.
One-on-one?
Who? Me and her?
Halle Berry's attempt at Catwoman is the ultimate cringe fest. It's hard to forget the horrible CGI of the bank robbery scene, but then you remember the basketball scene that happens in this movie, and everything else seems like small potatoes. If you stretch your mind hard enough, you can see the logic behind the scene. It's a real-life situation that shows off Catwoman's powers. But the thing is, you don't see any powers, as the claustrophobic close-ups and Halle Berry's forced grin take center stage. Add in Mystique's Scandalous, and you've got an overly sexualized scene that doesn't belong in any movie, let alone a superhero flick.
You don't seem so fun fishing to me.
Is there an incredibly cringy scene from a superhero movie that we missed? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more WatchMojo videos.
Astrid, are you okay?
I no longer go by the name Astrid. I'm now known as Axel. He's a singer from a popular band I heard on Earth.